It is time to reorder our national priorities. All those who now speak of goodwill and who praise the work of such groups now have the gravest responsibility to stand up and act for the social changes that are necessary.
Also known as the Divine Nine.
What really hurts me is to be someone from the outside and to always look and see what those organizations meant to our communities. They were our brightest, they were our best, not to say that they're not anymore.
Maybe it's my car, maybe cause I'm flexing. Maybe it's my wrist piece, got you getting naked. Maybe it's my bracelet, maybe it's my chain. Maybe it's my swagger. Maybe cause I'm on. Maybe it's my Dougie, maybe it's my cologne. Got you wanna me, maybe it's how.
To see them on the yard was a force to be reckoned with.
We play up to do or die.
Whoa, first of all, you know, that young man is strolling.
Put your eye to the sky, that's where you'll find me.
There are 5 ways to identify me, and all the Greeks that know me know I've said this to 1 million times. Gangs have colors. Gangs have gang calls to identify one gang member from another. Gangs have graffiti, and they place their graffiti on what? Their own territory. And then gangs are involved with violence, and they use violence to make gangs. Now, what's the difference between the Greeks and the gangs?
Spreading rumors round town, like I fell down. They can't hold me down.
So how many Greeks do you know that are the cream of the crop?
The issue is not what y'all do, but it's who you call yourself. I mean, I understand where they was in history, they're nowhere near it was now, but the whole idea that I have a problem with is, last time I checked, I'm nowhere Greek. My ancestors come from Africa. So to attain yourself to want to be Greek and think that it's up here and not an African, I mean, that's kind of out of mind to me.
Would you go back and change the last 100 years and the strides that they made for us?
But they didn't
would anybody go back and
they was an alpha. They did that because they was a human being.
Would you go back and undo what the Greeks have done? And Mr. Dawson, as he said, they went into the communities, they tutored in math, they helped mentor. They were for the most part, again, our leaders. Would you go back and undo what they have done because in order to make them African as opposed to Greek?
They was doing it because they was human beings. And now look at where our education and everything else is now. So, I mean, if you want to be real about it, I mean, there's a lot of
You beat around the question. Nicely.
Y'all beat around the question a hell of a lot too.
Yeah, well, you said the problem is what we call ourselves, and I guess I can understand that. When you said, but I didn't refer, now once about, I didn't refer to us as Greeks. I said we were the current status of the predominantly black Greek lettered organizations, because that's the name of them. And as far as, if you don't agree with the name, then I can understand it. I can understand if anyone didn't agree with, I mean, I had similar questions when I first discovered or found out about the Greek letter organization, why were they Greek or whatever, but that's a whole different conversation. It's odd to me because earlier when we were discussing the word nigger, I distinctly remember you saying that the problem, we shouldn't be focused on what we call each other.
Now, if you call yourself somebody else,
No, you said we shouldn't focus on the fact that we calling each other nigga won't change anything, but calling each other Greeks.
Because every race has a lower tier of the population. In the Mexican, they let them know that they have wetbacks. There's white trash. There's all types of lower echelon people in your own race. So it's not wrong to classify yourself within that own race.
But just because you refer to yourself as something, that doesn't mean, that doesn't demote anything that you've done. So why does them being Greeks have to, demote anything that they've done?
Why not be an Egyptian group rather than a Greek group, since the Egyptians
Talk
taught
the
the Greeks?
Greeks either way.
You need to do more than just wear your letters and say, okay, I'm gonna have this event, blah, blah, whatever. And then you have one person that's representing the organization. But at the same time, the Greeks have a pride for what they work hard for.
Really hope that you think of me. I just really hope that you